What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel. With yours, of course, Machiavelli. I hope you all are having a great day today. And today we're back with another Sims 4 Speedball. Today's Speedballs we are going to be baking. I think today's an apartment. I haven't made it yet, but I think I'm going to be switching it up and doing an apartment today. But if again it is another house, hopefully y'all enjoy it. And if it's an apartment, I hope y'all enjoy it too. Again, hopefully y'all don't mind these pre-recorded parts, but I don't have all my bills finished. But I really want to come here and talk to y'all because I don't know. I have no one else to talk about, right? I have no one else. I have no one else to talk to about this right now. Who else do I have to vent to about it? I can vent to about my mom, but she wouldn't really care. I don't think y'all really care, but maybe there's one person out of the 1,000 people that are gonna watch this video. Maybe only like one person really cares, but it doesn't matter because even if it's that one person, they understand my pain. So, anyways, today we're gonna be continuing the conversation or the topic that we had in the last part, but I'm gonna better explain it because the last part I was a blubbering mess. Like I literally just finished the episode. I was distraught. I was hurt. I was angry. You know. And so you could definitely see it in the commentary. I wasn't very sane, I would say that. I was very all over the place. I was a bit stuttery, you know? Like I don't think I explained the show that well to you guys, but I don't know. I had to get some of my emotions out. I was so distraught. I still am. It's been like what? It's been I even know. It's been what 6-7 hours. I went to sleep. I woke up. And I'm still kind of hurt. You know, I'm not saying hurt, but like I still feel pain every time I think of all the good memories they had. And if y'all are wondering, again, the show I'm talking about, the show's called is Bridgerton. I can't pronounce that properly. But to give y'all a synopsis of it, and keep it nice, short and sweet, it's pretty much about a family that I don't even know how do I say this. Has to do with one a newspaper, like a gossip site, and then has to do with the queen blessing this one family. Sorry, by the way, this is gonna be a spoiler, so if you don't wanna if you don't wanna get spoiled of the show, because I recommend you watch it. It's 8 episodes long. Then I recommend you skip this part, or just skip this episode, I guess, or skip this whole commentary because this is what I'm gonna be talking about. But if not, let's continue. So yeah, it's about a queen blessing her, so she becomes like the diamond of the year. So if you guys remember back in the old days, there was these seasons where it was like a girls come out season where they would go to balls and meet husbands and get married. And each season was like there's a different, I think, different diamond. And so anyways, the girl we were following, her name is Daphne, not Victoria. So Daphne was the diamond of the season. And so pretty much Daphne was actually in the beginning was was actually being betrothed to this utter piece of garbage. By her brother, who pissed me off the first episode. I'm not gonna lie, he annoyed the hell out of me, but he gets better, thank God. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, she was promised to marry this guy, and she didn't. That was just a big no. And so she and the Duke, who again is pretty much people are like berating him because he's like single, and of course people want the title, so a lot of people are out there trying to get his attention, and he was just tired of the pestering, so they came up with a plan to fake engage or fake pursue so that the suitors would realize that his eyes are somewhere else, and all the guys would realize that because what happened was I explained this part either. Her brother was being a douche, and so her brother really much scared away all of her suitors. So she only pretty much was left with that one guy she didn't like. So her goal out of the whole engagement was the engagement because I don't know what it is, but in society, when you find somebody that has caught somebody's eye that is above you in rank, people go out, of course, and want that. Just it's like she becomes a prize, you know. So, her goal was to get many suitors, and his goals was to get none of them to come up to him. And then of course, when time goes on, they slowly start to like each other, which is it was so cute. Though. It was so like their banter. They had some of the best banter. I think that's what it is. I think I just love their bantering. Like they're funny together, you know. They'd make these funny jokes and you can see like the time where they laugh, and then they got really emotional and deep about the mom's painting. It was just so much fun to watch, see them fall. I think that's what I love. I told you this before. I think I love drama. That's true. I love drama. Like, if you know me, I always say, I just realized this. I love watching people fall more than I like watching people actually be together. But this was a change, though. They actually ended up getting together, and I actually love watching them together. They just look so bright and happy, and honestly, the smile on my face through episode 6, the smile, and then it starts to dwindle by the end of but by the episode was getting near to the end, my smile started dwindling little by little because the drama had to fit it in. I hate producers. I know it has to happen. Like I know couples can't just live happily ever after the end. I know there has to be ups and downs, but like, give me an episode. That's all I ask. Give me one episode of happiness and peace, and then, do what you gotta do. But no, they started like, what happened was episode 5 was was episode 5? I think it was episode 5 was a struggle. It was a big struggle because like they weren't even talking throughout the episode, and it was very much tension wise, and then they kind of made up. They did actually not kind of, they did make up. Oh my god! At the end of episode 6, at the end of episode 5 was goddamn. Yeah, that was a scene. Bruh, I don't say I screamed or anything, but like, anyways, the directors, I realize now, I know a lot of people might not like this, but I love that they're showing true sex scenes. I know people are like, it's a sex scene, that's so inappropriate. And like, if you don't know this, y'all know my views on sex. I feel like it should be an open topic. I don't understand the reason or the taboo around sex, especially in this show. I love. Okay, there's actually so much in the show I actually want to talk about. There's actually a whole race thing that I absolutely actually, I want to shout out to the casting director. I have no clue if it was even a part of the book, but the diversity in the book was chef's kiss. And what I loved about the diversity too, you would think, because it's in olden times and the way we are grown and our mindset is that if you would see a black person or maybe a Hispanic person or a Latino person in the book, they would be at lower rank. But in the show, like, you can actually see some like higher, like dukes and higher up, like wealthy people being black citizens, and that made me so happy. And then you had, of course, you had your white citizens, and you had even, I think, few Asian citizens that were higher up there. So it wasn't just one race that was dominantly at the top. It was kind of like shared out, and so the diversity of the show was chef's kiss. It was so good. And then I also love how they actually even dived into it and how, and the history behind it, and it was really good. I love the diversity of the show. Like, I love diversity. That's my number one thing in anything I do. Is that I love making sure there's different cultures in the same aspect, because it feels weird if only one culture, like, oh, not one culture, my bad, only one race is like in one denominately place, like, for example, my favorite show is Gilmore Girls. Not my favorite show, but I love Gilmore Girls. But there's definitely not a lot of diversity in that show. A lot of early 2000 shows don't really show diversity. So I don't know. This show was chef's kiss when it comes to diversity. So I was very happy with it. But also, it touched up on a lot of points about how I'll say useless, but how useless it made women feel back in the days. Like, some of the scenes really pissed me off. Like, there was one scene where, I guess because, again, it's olden times, a girl can't be ravished, but her brother walks into the garden and finds the Duke, which his name is Simon, and the girl, which is Daphne, making out. Oh, that scene was amazing. In the garden, and then she ended up like fighting him and then telling her like, you have to marry her, and of course he has his reservation, so he says no. And so they pretty much said, since like he put shame to the family's name over a kiss, she put shame to the family's name, that he would have to go to a duel to the death, fight back for the honor, which I found was ridiculous. And so they're literally about to have a shoot off because he kissed her. And again, like, times are so much has changed. Like, a simple kiss meant so much back then, and now it's just a kiss, And I don't know, I felt like And the one thing I'm annoyed by the scene is they didn't really care about her, you know? It like in that scene, it had nothing to do with her. It had to do with the family and honor, and it kind of took away from that. That was her first kiss, you know? Like at that point in the show, they were like both opening up their feelings for each other. So of course he's not ready for marriage. He has his settle back. He still has, you know, his doubts because of his history and what he wants. But it was, I feel like at that point they should have like cared more about what she said. And then also Daphne has a younger sister who I really feel for, who just wants to make, you know, a way in life, you know, but as a woman she's expected to, you know, find a husband and bear children, and that's pretty much it. Go to fancy balls, wear fancy dresses, and she doesn't want that. She wants to go out. I think she wants to be a writer, you know. She has ambition, you know. She doesn't want to just sit back at home and take care of kids and just depend on her husband. She wants to make a living of her own, which I find very honorable. But again, everyone just frowns upon her for that idea, which is so crazy to me. Like, equal rights was such a sad thing back then. It really was. Um, like, I think the only way he could equal, like, only way you could, like, by any possible means do it is if you were a widower and your husband passed away. Then I feel like people wouldn't press you into marriage to someone again, and you would have the time and the free will to go out and do it about. But that's something in itself. But anyways, I love how that show touched upon it too. But yeah, it's a really good show. I recommend it to anybody who's just wanting a nice, fun, romantic, but also very like insightful show. It's a really good show. I really like it. And again, I'm going to talk about it in the next part because there's another part about it that I want to talk about it real quick. Of course, I want to go more in depth about it because, listen, this show is my life right now. Listen, I did I dream about? I didn't dream about it, but you would think I would wake up and I'd feel better. I didn't feel better. I really don't. I think about like I shipped them so hard. Episode 6 was so good. Like, if you've watched that episode, you'd understand. They were something else. But anyways, I'll get into that next part. Hope y'all enjoyed this commentary of me ranting about the show I love. Again, if you guys want to go watch it, it's called Bridgerton. I don't know how to spell it. You can go ahead and search up Simon X Daphne. You'll find the name of the show if you do that. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Thank you all just for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Deuces, peace, bye, have a great day, and I'll see you then. Peace.